in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane!
What is up, guys? Kid Critic is back with another review, and this is definitely a highly anticipated one, and that is the sequel to the 1980s classic The Shining, and that is Dr. Sleep. And it's directed by Mike Flanagan, and it stars Kylie Curran, Ewan McGregor, and Rebecca Ferguson, and it's about struggling with alcoholism. Danny Torrance remains traumatized by the sinister events that occurred at the Overlook Hotel when he was a child. His hope for a peaceful existence soon becomes shattered when he meets Abra, a teen who shares his gift of the shine. Together they form an unlikely alliance to battle the True Knot, a cult whose members try to feed off the shine of innocence to become immortal. Alright, now with all that out of the way, Joker! Start this review for us.
And here we go.
So I have not read the book of Dr. Sleep, so you're getting the perspective of the non-book reader of Dr. Sleep, so here you go. So going into Dr. Sleep, I was excited because it's the sequel to The Shining, my favorite horror film of all time, because you have Ewan McGregor, because you have Mike Flanagan, because you have Rebecca Ferguson. But I was just wondering, like, how are you gonna do this sequel? Because I have no clue of what the book is about, and I really enjoyed the trailers. So coming out of the movie, I am happy to say that this movie was no disappointment. Alright, let's start off with the performances here. Ewan McGregor, I mean, he is an all-star actor, and he is amazing in this movie as Danny Torrance. And let's talk about Rebecca Ferguson here. She is haunting. She is scary. You do not want to be in the same room with her. She is awesome in this movie, and to me, she's the standout of Dr. Sleep. And Kylie Curran, which I believe is her name. I'm sorry if I got it wrong. I'm sorry. But she's also wonderful. And overall, the cast is just really good in this film. Another thing that I gotta give this movie credit for is that they don't rely a lot on fan service. Now obviously they go back to the Overlook Hotel as you see in the movie. Obviously you see some callbacks to the original Shining film from the trailers, but it doesn't rely very much on that. It's definitely its own movie, but again a continuation of the story from The Shining, but it's definitely its own movie. Now is this movie scary? I wouldn't say it's scary. This movie is definitely surprisingly a little bit disturbing. There's some disturbing sequences in this movie where it's just like, but this movie is definitely more thriller. It's like The Shining. Like, either though Shining is my favorite horror film of all time, it's not the scariest movie of all time in my opinion. It's more thriller, freaky, and that's definitely Dr. Sleep as well. And it works on all those levels. As somebody who has not read the book, I really liked all the lore that they added to the Shining storyline. Like with this whole group that Rebecca Ferguson is running, like I had a few questions there. I mean, I'm not going to say much because I'm obviously not getting into spoilers here. But I had a few questions that I was like, I'd like to know more about that. Then obviously they do bring back the Shining score. It doesn't pop in as much as you might think it is because it's all over the trailers and the ads. I mean, it's definitely there, but it's not like, oh my gosh, it's there, it's here, it's everywhere. It's not like that, but the score is still awesome. Some of the little flaws that I could talk about, so obviously you see in the trailers that Danny Torrance is in this movie, and they bring back some of the characters from the original Shining, but obviously a lot of the cast is older or they passed away, so like bring in new actors or actresses to play them. Now, it was hard for me to buy into that a little bit, even though the actors and actresses who play some of those returning characters do a really solid, good job, look a lot like the original characters, but it was just really hard for me to buy into it just because I'm such a fan of the first Shining. I mean, there's only one Shining, but you know, whatever. So I really say that's a movie's problem. I would say that's more of my problem, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. But with that said, I'm gonna give Dr. Sleep a 4.5 out of 5 Fernies. I truly loved this movie. This film is awesome. To be honest, when it comes down to a lot of the horror movies that we've gotten this year, they've either been disappointing to mediocre, but except for Us, I'll give Us the exception. Like, I thought It Chapter 2, it was fine. Pet Sematary, I mean, if you look back at my review, I was raving over that movie, but I rewatched it again, and it just wasn't as good. I thought the horror films that overall this year have been fine. But Doctor Sleep is definitely the best horror film of the year in my opinion. And to be honest, it's probably going to be in my top 10 films of the year. If tomorrow was December 31st, Doctor Sleep would be in my top 10. I wouldn't say top 5, but probably top 10. But we'll see by the end of the year because there's still a whole lot of movies I gotta go see. So with that said, tell me down in the comment section below, what did you think of Doctor Sleep? Tell me if you liked it. Have you seen it? Do you want to see it? Do you not want to see it? Do you know why you're watching this? I don't know. Just go down there and tell me. And don't forget to like and subscribe because that is very important. And as always, in every single Kid Critic video, look out for the next video or review. And peace.